Great game. I thought we played, well all night long. Marcus gave us a great start, exactly what we needed out of him. Had really good stuff today. Offensively, we were hoping that we could come out and find a way to score some runs on that early in the game, and did. We were able to get three, kind of let him off the hook in the second. Tip your hat to him. He made some pitches. Had a chance to put a crooked number up there and didn't. And then, the Erie kid came in and did a really nice job. He shut us down, and we kind of got out of our zone a little bit. We were becoming more and more undisciplined against him, and he did a nice job of slowing us down. We did have some traffic most of the night, but no damage there. And then the big rally in the eighth, where those insurance runs were obviously big, how the ninth went. And Will Christofferson has been absolutely lights out all for about the last month to 5 weeks, and tonight just wasn't his night. And super proud of Luke Llewellyn for keeping his head in the game and being able to come in and close that one out and get a big punch out. And don't want to forget the great job that Jack Whitlock did after Marcus. So proud of our team. North Carolina has a very good team, and they fought hard and came back and had us on the ropes there in the ninth, and Luke shut the door, which was great to see.
All right. Again, we'll start with questions for the student athletes. If you have a question, we do have a mic in the crowd there. State your name and your media affiliation before asking your question, please.
Dargett Souther from the Des Moines Register. Luke, just from the moment that ninth inning started, you were kind of up and watching, I'm sure. Just when Rick comes out and you're coming in, what's kind of the mindset right there, and how did you stay calm through the drama?
Yeah, Christo, like Rick said, Christo's been our guy all year, and he's came in and bailed me out more times than I can count this year probably. So when he was in trouble, it felt good to come in and get him out of a jam. And Christo will be fine. He'll be back this regional, I'm sure. But yeah, he doesn't have many off nights. But like I said, he's bailed me out of so many. I can't thank him enough. So it felt good to just repay the favor just a little bit tonight.
Kyle Huseman, Hawkeye Report. Marcus, just talk about getting to pitch in a regional for the first time. Probably your biggest start so far in your career. Just talk about getting through that first inning and putting up a zero to settle yourself down.
The first inning's big and getting settled in, and obviously it's an amazing opportunity to even be here and pitching. That just goes to say how talented and how together our team is to get here to this point. But yeah, it's an amazing opportunity that I don't take for granted, and I just tried to come in and give as many innings as I could. My job was to get as many innings as I could, and guys made plays behind me all day. I didn't strike out too many. There was a lot of ground balls, a lot of plays made, but all around team effort tonight, and we're happy to have the win.
Luke, I'm sure you guys heard about the tense nature of regional baseball and all that, but the way that game ends, how much does that just reemphasize how slim the line is between advancing and having your season be on the line?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 years. We didn't make a regional last year, so this is crazy. The fans were awesome, the atmosphere is awesome, and I've never done anything like this really in college baseball. But yeah, like you said, it felt good, and then they got back in it, and it was kind of relaxed there for a little bit in the seventh and the eighth, and then they just got right back in it. But it's fun. It's exciting. It's fun. I love doing this.
Marcus, as you've gone through your starts this season, how much have you improved just being comfortable pitching with guys on and pitching through jams, and knowing that a couple guys on, you can still work out of it, and obviously did that a lot tonight?
Yeah, I think that just comes with confidence in my stuff, and knowing that I have a great defense behind me. Just committing to the next pitch and not getting phased by calls or hits. It's been a work in progress, something that I've been working on really hard, and it was nice to see it come together for me today, and just working out at jams. It wasn't the prettiest performance ever, but zeros are zeros, and you got to take them when you get them. And we're happy to get the win and play again tomorrow.
Have time for a couple more for the players?
Luke, I know there's no way to replicate, that ninth inning throughout the season, but how do you feel that, all your experiences throughout this year put you in a calm spot when you get that call there in the gym?
Yeah, the coaches talk a ton about not making something bigger than it is, and so I know it's hard when, it's a regional, there's all those fans out there, but that outing compared to a Tuesday scrimmage in August, you try to have the exact same mindset, and I think our coaches do a great job, and the other guys do a great job reminding each other of that. So I think that helped a lot. I felt very comfortable out there. I felt great. Heller gave me it made me laugh a little when I came in the game, so it was good for how tense the moment was. I felt like I did a good job slowing it down, and I felt pretty good out there.
All right. I think we'll dismiss the players at this point. Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. So now we'll go ahead and open it up for questions for Coach.
Kyle Huseman, Hawkeye Report. Just talk about, the beginning of the game. Marcus comes out, probably a little bit of, first regional jitters type things, and his ability to work through that first inning, and then the offense to put up some runs to, settle things down a little bit for them.
No, I just think Marcus showed his maturity. Even though, there were a couple base runners, I didn't really feel like he was losing it. I felt like he had good stuff, and he was around the zone, and he was throwing competitive pitches, and with his stuff, I knew he was going to get out. I just felt like he was going to get out it in the first inning. And the big thing that Marcus was able to do tonight was put zeros up and have the shutdown inning after we scored in the second and third. And that hasn't always been the case, especially in the first half of the season. But like he said, it's been a work in progress, but I really like where he's at and the progress he's made the last month. And when he stepped into the Friday night role, he's really embraced it and given us exactly what we needed out of that spot.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned in those middle innings and just kind of how your team, kind of got out of the discipline a little bit. What is some of the message maybe you share with your team, especially, with the 90-degree heat that you have, and you don't want to, obviously you want to avoid complacency with a team like Indiana State.
Oh, for sure. There won't be any complacency. That's for sure. It's just, I know that I'm happy we get to sleep in. That was going to be a really tough turnaround for the team that lost that game. Having to head back to the ballpark at 9:30 a.m. So, if you're gonna have a chance to win a regional, that first game is really, really important, and especially if you're in that night game, to avoid the quick turnaround after a loss. And I'm really happy that the guys found a way to get it done, and we're going to be able to have a chance to really prepare before we go out and play tomorrow. But like you said, it was hot, and we took a team to Taipei a while back, and it was 109 real feel at 9 in the morning a lot of days, and it kind of made me feel like that tonight. So anyway, yeah, we'll deal with it fine and be ready to roll. We hit second tomorrow, which is another bonus as far as staying out of the heat. You don't have to be here 45 minutes to an hour before your batting practice time, and that'll help alleviate some of the time out in the heat.
Rick, you mentioned how good Will's been this year. As you're watching that ninth inning unfold, just how do you kind of decide when to go get him? And I imagine there was a gut feeling more so than anything else at that point.
Yeah, we were going back and forth on what to do in the ninth, and when the score was 3-1, we felt like you had to go to your closer at that point and not try to milk another inning out of Jack Whitlock. But when we scored 2, I was sitting there thinking, maybe we try or give him a base runner before we bring Will in. And Will had been up for 3 innings, and I really think that probably was the reason that he wasn't as sharp as he was, the last month or so tonight. But I never felt at any time Will had lost his confidence. I felt like he was throwing his pitches with intent. He was just kind of overthrowing or overcooking things, tonight, which he hadn't done in a long, long time. He'd just been pounding the zone with all of his pitches, and he had had the hitter 0-2 to start the inning, and then well, for whatever reason did too much, and that started things rolling. Then Osuna hit the home run on a hanging slider, and it was going quick. And so the good thing was I had told Llewellyn before the inning started to make sure that he was dialed in and kept his head in the game, that Will had been up 3 times, and just in case something happened, he had to be ready to go, and he had been activating and getting his body ready to go. I tried to keep him in the mindset that there was a legitimate chance that he would come into the game, and he handled it extremely well.
We have time for a couple more.
Grant Pugh, Terre, Haute. Coach, you said yesterday, you and Mitch kind of talked, you didn't want to play each other much, but of course you're going to get a showdown with Mitch tomorrow night. Can you talk about how special that is? Certainly the biggest game of the season, but 2 programs you know a lot about. What a night it means for college baseball tomorrow night here in the Midwest. 2 programs you know a lot about.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's going to be a battle. I mean, Indiana State has a very good team. Watch them play today again, and how hard their kids play, and how they believe in one another, and find a way to come back like they did today was pretty special. But I think Mitch would tell you the same thing. Now it's both of us going to battle, and both guys and both teams doing everything that we can possibly do to win this next game, or play well this next game and be prepared. And I know both teams will be as prepared as anybody out there for one another, and should be a really good game and a great environment and a lot of people watching.
What does it say about this team that all these guys are playing in their first regional of their career, to come out in a game where runs are at a premium and it's low scoring, and things get tense in the ninth, but this team was still able to find a way in an experience that they haven't had yet? Yeah,
and that's what they've done all year, and from day one, and going back to that first game of the year when we did play Indiana State, we went 11 innings and it was a battle, and we were fortunate enough to win that game with a walk-off grand slam, and it kind of got the ball rolling for us, and we found ways to win every number of ways there is. I mean, any number of ways that there is, we found ways to do that, and we have one of the best win-loss records in the country, and that's a testament to guys that show up and bring it every single day. And you don't get the opportunity to coach teams like that very often, and this one's a special one. And then I really believe the fan support that we had at the Big Ten tournament is really paying dividends. It's going to pay dividends here, and I felt like it did tonight. We had close to 10,000 people at our championship game on Sunday, and 4,000 or 5,000 a couple of the other games. So being in that environment, I know, even though it wasn't a regional, felt like a College World Series environment for our guys. So I think anytime you put your guys in that kind of situation, it's going to pay dividends.
I think we have time for one final question.
Do you know if it'll be Brody or Ty tomorrow?
Not 100%, but more than likely it's going to be Brody. That's kind of what we were talking about. Prior to the game, we'll go back and see what Mitch is going to do, who they're going to throw at us, and make that 100% final decision there. But that's probably what we're going to do.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Congratulations. We'll see you